I don't want to have the appearance of I'm trying to necessarily push my change in terms of my benefit, if that makes any sense. But and here's my example, right? I've mentioned what I like, and I mentioned that Beckett slabs are my favorite in terms of the slab itself. I would like to take a moment to, like, if the what the ultimate slab would be in my opinion, and I also wish I had a tag one here. I don't have a tag one. And actually, let me grab this SGC one just so it's in there as well. This is my only ever SGC one. I've seen them in person. I've never taken a close look. But I bought that one. In terms of absolute just slab feel, size, thickness, weight, I absolutely love the Beckett slabs. The other thing I love about the Beckett slabs, and you can kind of see it, and some people know, but the card itself is in a plastic sleeve inside the slab. PSA doesn't do that, SGC doesn't do that, CGC doesn't do that. I don't think Tag does that. So honestly, the weight, the feel, the size, the little logo up top, fantastic. Let me see if I can get it to show. Is it on the bottom or is it the top? There it is. You can't see it. But is it on the sides? I thought it was top to bottom. Maybe this is an older slab. It's top. Can't really see it, but it says Beckett literally on the top as well. So Beckett slabs are awesome. The whole extra little add-on onto why it got what it got, also awesome. The part that I'm actually not super fond of, their label could be better. Sure, they've got the silver, the gold, and the black label. Cool little concept. But you are lying to yourself and me if you don't think this is the best looking label out of all the Raiders. So if I could take this label, fit in this, probably take some of this information off, put this information on it, have this layout, wee bit smaller. I'm 50-50 on this. I do like how that's presented. So, I guess maybe if you fit your logo right there, laser embossed in, had this as your label for when you get up to that level. Doesn't be for every grade, but if you're gonna have this as your black label, great black label, fit those in the centering, edges, cornering, surface, and a slab like this with the card itself encased in a version of a penny sleeve, fantastic. Then to take it one step further, the thing that I really like about SGC is this whole, they've put this black kind of outline which frames the card. I think that is super nice. Clearly SGC's like acrylic or glass or whatever is very easy to scratch. I don't think it's kind of like a crack, but it's very easy to scratch. So not super impressed with their acrylic, plastic, glass, whatever you want to call that, but that whole black framing thing, super awesome. This isn't stuff I like. This is just things that I'll note about PSA. They have the kind of the most anti-copy things going on. They got a black label, not black label, they have a black light label to where things will show up under a black light. They have this specially made sort of hollow foil, non-hollow foil centerpiece. They've got this frosting slab, which in my opinion is ugly, but it's another part of its anti fraud. Same with the back side. You see many PSAs pop up and below the main PSA. They've got their cert numbers. Everyone's got their cert numbers. They've got little PSA and the I mean, what Beckett had that too on the side, which I think is harder to fake in my opinion. They've got some whatever number 21 there. I don't like the red label. I find that very unappealing. I think their slabs do feel fine. I think they feel perfectly fine. I think they do a good job with a very secure stacking, but really, as far as I'm aware of, every slab does that stacking. So I don't have anything that I would take from PSA and add to this. There's honestly nothing that I would add to this. The thing I would add from Tag, if I was making the perfect slab, is keep their QR code on the back that lets you see the gamification score. So on the front, like I said, would be if you made it to this level, I'd be fine keeping the gold and silver. I'd want the black label to look more like this, and you'd have to obviously make this label smaller and then still put your logo as such. I think it's a perfect little just contrast. And then even more so if you did the black outline as well. I don't think it's going over the top. I think that's exactly what everyone deserves, especially when you pay Beckett prices. They're not exactly the cheapest to grade with, but I love the weight of their slabs. I love the exact hand feel of their slabs. If you get the old one and in comparison, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not saying they feel indestructible, but they've just got a really good hand feel. They're more like tactile. Like they don't fit your hand perfectly, but the signal to your brain says, hey, like you have this in your hand, don't drop it. While when you hold some of these things that are smoother, PSA is fairly smooth. CGC has very rounded sides. It's kind of like, yeah, I know it's there, but like it doesn't quite signal the same way in my mind, versus like there's just more weight, there's more tactile feel. Like you just know, oh, I need to, keep a hold of this. So there's still things that I would take to overall make like a master slab. I mean, maybe if there was something to take away from this, some sort of anti-fraud device. But once you start adding so many things, it also just in general becomes hard to be fraudulent. I don't, like, I think PSA would still get, I mean, here's a fake PSA slab. Let me show you this. It should have been one of my shorts. This is a fake PSA slab. And so one of the things that stands out, it's kind of funny. I'm not a big fan of the text, but like the label itself looks a bit nicer. Like it's just more vibrant. Like at least they're like, hey, if we're going fake red, we're going fake big red, The slab is clear. It's not this ice thing. And I mean, when you hold these together, besides the text, everything else on this one actually looks nicer than this one. This one, I will admit, does have a better hand feel. This one you can feel right away and you're like, oh, that feels kind of cheap. And then, this is definitely a better backing than this one for sure. In fact, I think that's literally the label I'm feeling. I think they put the label on, they did. I'm feeling the label on top of the plastic. Is that also, yeah, so they didn't even put the label in the plastic on this fake, but that's how a PSA would look if they just didn't frost it. And I just think that would be so much better for them. And the other thing too about this fake is the fake is slightly bigger than the reals, so you can't even stack reals or fake on top of each other. I mean, it's impressive what they did. But this this is what I'm getting at. I mean, just look at that. Look at how much better the PSA slab would look if you just got rid of just the frosted part. Because like the frosted part is trying to make it to where you focus on just the item, the card inside. But I think SGC does that so much better with this black insert. I think this is the cheapest way of going about it. Like, oh, we'll just frost the acrylic itself, the plastic case itself, versus like SGC has it right. Like, we'll do a little frame that really makes it stand out. And so, like, there's ways to make what would, in my opinion, be like the best slab. And I think I've kind of pointed out, at least for me, what would be the best slab. I mean, in your opinions, let me know in the comments what you really think would kind of make like slabs be better.